Hi there, Del here again from Live and Learn Thai. I've just noticed that my tax and insurance on my motorcycle is about to run out this month on the 22nd, so I thought I'd take the opportunity of explaining about that in today's video, and also about Thai compulsory motor insurance, what it's worth, what it's not worth, and why you should have more than that. Okay, so you have a fair idea of when your motorcycle tax and insurance is due, judging by when you actually bought the vehicle, but unless you read Thai numerals, reading the actual date is a bit of a challenge on the little tax square that you get to stick on your vehicle. And also in the book, this is a book for a motorcycle, the registration document, and it's let's have a look. I don't know if you can see that. It's written in Thai, the dates. So the easiest way to check the exact date, because you don't want to let it expire. There's not big fines for expiry of the tax, but if you don't have any insurance, then that could be a bigger issue. You see on the little insurance slip, the actual dates of validity are printed in numerals that you can understand. Okay, this is called the Ph.ร.บ, which is a compulsory motor insurance for all vehicles in Thai. All vehicles are obliged to have that. Some don't, I know that, but they are obliged to have it. Now, I did a video a little while back why it's a good idea to actually to buy a motorcycle in Thailand rather than to rent one. And one other reason, which I didn't think of at the time but have thought of now, is because of the insurance. Now, the compulsory motor insurance in Thailand is very, very cheap. I'll just have a look at the price on this again. For a motorcycle, 276 baht and 53 satang for the year. So you can guess that you don't get an awful lot of coverage for that. So should you have more? Can you get more? Well, that's another reason for buying a motorcycle. In Thailand, insurance refers to the vehicle and not the driver. So if you rent a motorcycle, the compulsory insurance, if it's there, it might cover you while you're riding it, but because you're not the owner of the vehicle, it's difficult for you to have more. Maybe the owner has more, but they're not going to let you be covered by it. They've got extra insurance in case the vehicle is damaged, even though you've signed to the extent that you will pay for all the damage if it is damaged or lost. So what do you get covered for? Well, first of all, there's no vehicle damage whatsoever. None at all. So to your vehicle and the vehicle that you're involved in an accident with, no coverage whatsoever. People are covered, but very, very limited. So if you had an accident, you had to go to hospital for some minor treatment, if the accident wasn't your fault, you'd be covered up to 4,000 baht, which isn't very much. That would be enough for some minor cuts and bruises, but that's about it. If the accident was your fault, you're not covered at all. If it's more serious and loss of life, loss of limb, dismemberment, organ failure, then you're covered, if it's not your fault, up to a maximum of 200,000 plus the 4,000, so 204,000 maximum if it's not your fault. If you are liable for the accident, if it was your fault, then you're only covered up to 50,000. So you got all of these hospital bills that you may have to contend with, and then you have any damage to your vehicle that you have to pay for, and then you have the damage to the other vehicle that you have to pay for. And because you are the foreigner, it's highly likely that you are going to be given fault in the accident. The Thais will claim it was your fault, unless you happen to have an awful lot of reliable witnesses. Then you're stuck. You just have to foot the bill. That's the way it is. So I would urge anyone who's riding around on a motorcycle and in a car to think about this when their insurance is up for renewal, or even before, that compulsory insurance in Thailand isn't enough. It's not even the equivalent of third party, even without the fire and theft back in England. It's much, much less than that. So you want to be looking at least category 3 or higher, which is only going to cost you a couple of £1,000 a year on a small motorcycle, and it could be well worth it in the end. So I digress. So the procedure for going, I might actually do a video on when I go and do this sometime next week. But you need your green book. That's the Lem Tabien, the registration document, and you need your old insurance document. Go to the Land Transportation Office and renew this first. Then you go up to the counter with your insurance, compulsory insurance, and they will stamp your green book for the next year. And you have to pay the princely sum of, mine was 102 baht. So 102 plus 270, I think it was. So that's 300 and under 400 baht for the whole year. Add a couple of thousand on top of that to upgrade your insurance, and it's not a big cost. Okay, so that's all I wanted to talk about for today. That it is advisable to get more than the compulsory motor insurance, whether you're driving a car or whether you're riding a motorcycle, and stay safe. And if you can't stay safe, be at least covered. Okay, see you next time.